Hey, Beyond at Home, I'm Wade, and we're going to do Barefoot Bootcamp today. If you have kettlebells, grab them, 2 different weights, preferably. If you don't have kettlebells, you can grab something that will mimic a kettlebell, maybe a jug of water, sandbag, or you can just mimic the movements with no weights at all. We're going to start by warming up the parts that we're going to use. So we'll come to hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide, hands right underneath the shoulders, and gently pour your weight towards the fingertips, and then sink back towards the heels. Toes are tucked, so we can stretch the bottom of the feet. Fingers are wide. Again, press the shoulders over the tips of the fingers, and send the butt back towards the heels. One more time to the front. We'll meet neutral. Turn your fingertips to the outside edges of your mat, and we'll gently rock side to side. Pushing the mat away from the long arm. Mindful about how far you go over the fingertips. And we'll meet back neutral. Bring your butt to your heels. Bring your fingertips nice and close to the knees. And gently place the heel of the palms down on the mat. Lean forward to release some pressure there. And gently sit back. Allow the heel of the palm to roll up nice and slow and come into the fingertips. And then we'll plaster the palm back down. Release that stretch. And again, gently bring the butt towards the heels. Let the heel of the palm peel up off the mat. And we'll come back forward one more time. And then bring those fingertips out. Give them a shake. Make 2 fists, nice and strong. Bring the fists towards each other, roll them out, away, and towards the face. Big circles away from your center. And then we'll reverse those circles, big circles in towards the center line. And we'll give those a little shake. Bring your left foot forward, bring your heel where the toes were. Pull the toes up to the knee, and send the butt back. Lift the chest tall. And then imagine you have a ball behind the knee pit. Squeeze that ball and push the floor away. Again, squeeze the ball behind the knee pit and push the floor away. Lift the toes, long spine. One more time. And we'll push. We'll meet neutral and switch the forward foot. 90-90. The heel goes where the toes were. And again, pull the lead leg into the hip, lift the chest, bring the toes towards the knee. And then we have, again, squeeze the foam ball behind the knee pit and push the floor away. Lift the toes, lift the chest, stick out the butt. Squeeze and push. One more time here. Squeeze the ball and push away. Awesome. We'll come back to neutral. Find a little bit of cat-cow. Gently press the ground away. Tuck the tailbone under. Look into the belly. And then slowly reverse that action. Bring the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Let the belly and chest reach for the floor as the crown of the head reaches up and you look across the brow. Reverse, tuck the chin. Create space between the shoulders. Low back rises, mid back rises, low back tucks under. And then reverse. Start to find the sky with the tailbone. The belly comes towards the mat. Chest comes towards the mat. And the head comes up last. One more time. We start with the chin to chest. Create space between the shoulder blades. Round the upper back, mid back, butt tucks under. And reverse. Keep the chin glued to the throat. Tailbone finds the ceiling first. Belly button finds the mat. Then the chest. And then the head comes up last. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and get started from the top. down. So we'll start with a bell that you feel comfortable holding over your head, and we'll hold that bell bottoms up. You're going to dump the bell into your right hand, wrap it around the back of the head, catch it in the left hand, and reverse directions. Mindful that we're holding the rib cage closed, that we're not letting the ribs flare out or make this wavy, swaying type motion. Making sure that we're not dipping the head down to get the arm over the head. One more this direction. One more that direction. Bring the bell down in front of you. Hang the bell onto the right side. Bring your feet together. We'll reach the free hand towards the knee, and then the weight will fall down towards the opposite knee. Reach. Return. Nice exhale as you reach the free hand towards the knee. We're working the non-weighted side. Right there, just below the ribs. Make sure we're not doing a shimmy with the shoulders, that we're not head bobbling or doing this waisty thing, right? We want to crunch the side and then lengthen that same side. Last two. We'll come to neutral. We'll switch the bell to the opposite side. Again, the free hand reaches for the knee, and then we lengthen the shortened side. Free hand reaches for the knee. The bell reaches for the opposite knee. The neck is nice and neutral, right? The head's not bobbling back and forth. No shruggy shoulders. And breathe. Last two. Now we're going to gently set that bell down with a nice hip hinge. So, right at the top of your mat, bring a bell which you feel comfortable deadlifting. Deadlift is a hip hinge pattern. You should be able to trap your fingers between your hips and your thigh. If your butt is tucked under, then you're not hip hinging and you won't be able to pinch your fingers. We then put our back in jeopardy and the kettlebell won't be our friend. So we'll send the butt back, reach down, latch onto the handle, squeeze the armpits closed, stretch the mat between your feet to activate your glutes, and stand up with nice strong hips. Keep stretching the mat between your feet and send the butt back. Tap the mat and stand. Tap, stand. And we'll meet standing tall with the weight hanging. Hang clean. We start with the weight dangling right in front of us, just like we had somebody on our back and they start to slide off. You give that little bump. When we bump, we yank the weight up and catch it right in front of our chest. It slides right back down the front. Bump and catch. And we'll catch the weight right there. Nice and tight, the elbows come in, just as if there were a pane of glass between your face and the bell. I don't want the bell to drift back over your head. It's going to stay out there in front of you, and it'll remain in your vision the entire time. It creates a lot of draw on the anterior chain on the front side of your body. safely return the bell to the earth with a nice hip hinge. And we'll come on down to the mat. Half kneeling. Lawnmower rows. So whether your back foot is on the ball of the foot or a flat foot turned out to the side, no matter, I want your pelvis and torso to be facing the mat as much as possible. As we row, I don't want to see the body opening up. We're going to stay facing the mat as best we can, okay? Also, no slumping into the base shoulder. Eventually that hand comes off, and we brace the body with the core. Lawnmower row, here we go. Vision is neutral, and again, the elbow comes real close to the ribs. We'll set this bell down, ground the knee, and switch the forward foot. Notice I didn't rotate my body open as I rode, nor did I allow that elbow to flare out to the side. Okay? We got the same thing on the opposite side. Again, no slumping into that lead shoulder. We're pushing away from the thigh, a nice strong foundation, so eventually we can free up that arm and brace the body with the core. Ground your weight, ground the knee. We'll meet back standing. Now we're gonna blend these things together that we just went over. We've got a deadlift, a hang clean, a press, and then we've got lawnmower rows on each side. So we're gonna flow these together, and if you stay with me, it'll be pretty salty by the time we get done. We're gonna stack up reps, and you'll see what I mean as we go along. We're gonna do increase reps by 2s, okay? Starting with the deadlift, get your weight right underneath you, send the hips back, stretch the mat with the feet so the butt's nice and strong. Latch onto your weight, squeeze your armpits closed. Here we go. 1, 2, hang clean. Once, twice. We press the weight. Once, twice. Hip hinge, set the weight down. Right foot back. 2 rows on this side. Right foot comes forward. Left foot slides back. 2 rows on that side. Weight stays right there. We got 4. 4 hang cleans. 4 press. Hip hinge, set it down. Right foot back, 4 rows. Right foot steps forward, left foot steps back. Both feet forward, 6 deadlifts. Six, hang clean. Press. Hip hinge, right foot back, 6 rows. Right foot forward, left foot back, 6 rows. Left foot forward, we've got 8. Woo! Here's 8, hang clean. press. Listen, I don't have to hear you breathe, but you do need to breathe. Hip hinge, right foot back, 8 rows. Right foot forward, left foot back. Ten, last round, here we go. Ten, hand clean. Hand press. Hip hinge, right foot, row 10. Right foot forward, left foot back last time. Set the weight down. Towel off. Grab a drink if you need one. I do. All right. Come on down to your mat on the belly. We're going to work on some plank. Bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders, palms to the earth, and press the ground away from you. Lift your belly button up off the mat. Lift your pubic bone up off the mat. Tuck your toes, squeeze your thighs and butt, and find your best plank. Squeeze all the muscles to the bones they're attached to. Again, create as much space between the shoulder blades as you can, while you simultaneously reach the base of your throat for your fingertips. So we're creating as much height and length in our plank as we can. And breathe. You can plank from your knees or toes. If you notice, not much in my planking body changes if it's on knees or toes. So wherever you can find the best shape, refine from there. Take your right hand, place it behind your left elbow, and roll over to side plank. Again, you can ground the bottom knee. No problems there. Or you can stack the top foot behind the bottom leg. Okay? Plenty of options. No slumping into the base shoulder. We're again pushing that ground away, squeezing all the muscles tight to the bones that they're attached to. 2 legs become one, and breathe. We're gonna come back to forearm plank, just like this. Left arm right behind the right arm, and hold. Again, refine your plank. Push the ground away from your center, away from your chest, and lengthen the body at the same time. It'll cause you to have to squeeze everything tight. So the left hand should be behind the right hand. We're gonna go on to side plank on the left side. Again, you can ground at the bottom knee. You can stack the top foot, or you can have both feet together. The free hand you can have on the hip, or you can elevate it, whatever is most comfortable for you. And breathe. We're gonna come back to forearm plank. Again, check in. Is your butt nice and tight? Is your belly button sagging towards the earth? If so, draw it up. Is your butt sticking up in the air? If so, hide the butt, okay? Then we're gonna take the left foot, pick it up, move it out as far as you can without any of the rest of your shape changing. Tap the earth, pick it up, bring it back to center, set it down. Pick up the right foot, bring it out as far as you can without your shape changing. Tap the earth, pick it up, bring it back to center, and set it down. So we lift, out, tap, return. Up, out, tap, return. Up, out, tap, return. No momentum ever at all. We control all of the motion. One more on this side, one more on that side, and set it down. On the toes, we tap the knees and lift the knees, and tap and lift, and tap and lift. Nothing else changes. The rest of the shape remains the same. Tap, lift, tap, lift. 2, and done. Oh yeah. Bring your thighs onto the mat. Lift the chest. Try and drag your waistline forward. Pull the earth towards you. Bring your chest through your shoulders. All right, here we go. Tuck the toes back up into forearm plank. We haven't got much. Pick the right foot up, tap the back of the left heel, outside the left foot, left heel, return. 1, 2, 3, return. 1, 2, 3, return. 1, 2, 3, return. The bottom knee bends a little as the top leg crosses over. And breathe. One more on each side. Last time, right there. Bring the knees to the mat. Find an extended child's pose. Let the knees come a little bit wide. Hips sink back between the heels. And big belly breaths. Inhale into the belly. See if you can expand your belly inside of your thighs and really fill up that entire space. Notice it gives your upper back, thoracic spine a really nice stretch. Gently walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring your knees together, toenails on the earth, hands behind you, fingertips facing the body. And then we're gonna shorten the distance here between the waistline and the belly button, or scoop the butt under, okay? And maybe that's already applied enough stretch here across these top tissues. If you're not feeling the stretch there and you have this posterior pelvic tilt, your butt is tucked under, start to gently lift your butt off your heels. But if your angle of your waist changes back to this, you passed it. You'll only feel it in your low back, not across this stuff where we want it, okay? So again, hide the butt and press the waistline up. If you've got all those things in place and you're still not quite feeling it the way you want, gently start to bend the elbows. That's a lot. And breathe. Let your butt sink back down to your heels. Gently come up. Tuck your toes so we can stretch the bottom of the feet. Bring your left hand, reach all the way out to the side, and then reach behind you. Grab onto your fingers, hand, or wrist, whatever's available to you, and pull it across the body. Only pulling it as far
as you can go without twisting your spine, okay? And then lower your ear towards the chicken wing side, this side. And of course, breathe. There's a lot of muscles in the neck that hold our head up. It's important that we stretch all of them. So we'll gently now turn the nose down towards the floor and look out of the right corner of the eyes. Gently roll the nose up towards the ceiling and look out of the left corner of the eye. If it's getting really intense on the shin, on the front of your lower leg, or the sole of the foot, the arch of the foot, you can rise up for a minute, kick your toes nice and gently, and then tuck your toes and come on back for me. Gently bring your nose back to neutral, bring the head to neutral, slowly release the shoulder, and give it a little wiggle. It might be with that. The right side reaches out, it reaches across behind the back. We grab onto fingers, palm or wrist, whatever's available, and gently pull across. Again, not so much that it kicks our entire spine sideways, but just enough to where we close this space. Okay? And then we'll nice and easy tip the ear towards the chicken wing. Nice and gentle, roll the nose down towards the floor. Look out of the left corner of your eyes. Gently roll the nose up towards the ceiling, looking out of the right corner of the eyes. And gently bring the nose to neutral, neutral the spine, and slowly release the shoulder. Hey, thanks for joining me for Be at Home. I'm Wade, and we'll see you next time.